Dude, you're never unmuting. What's good, Lorcana fan?
I have like 9 browsers open. Could not figure out which one had StreamYard.
That's weird. It was that, or he just doesn't know how to use his fucking his stuff.
You're grounded.
My bad.
Yeah. How's everyone doing? We had a lot go on last weekend. 20 hours of Al driving with our trip up to Indianapolis for the Disney Lorcana Challenge.
That was a good one.
A lot of us went. We had definitely some good results through the weekend. I'll say overall, I know there will be some things in the background, but overall, I would say I had an amazing time with everybody. And it was just great to be with the team, be with the Ohana, and the rest of the Lorcana community. Yeah, what were our overall impressions of the weekend?
For me, I had a good time. I started off pretty hot. I was 4-0. And then I sit next to DJ at table 3 and 4 respectively, and I look over and DJ is playing the mirror and his opponent's crashing out because he can't draw songs, and my opponent's on Blurple with like 3 Sven and 4 Terran, the 5-5-5 with a rush, and I'm just getting absolutely worked. So from there it kind of spiraled downhill, but here are the people in the community, you know, that we're doing hot. So even though I was getting my head stomped into the dirt, I was still very happy for everybody else and cheering everybody else on.
Yeah. How'd you do?
So the week prior to this, I was talking to everybody that I would listen about just skipping Indy because I was not feeling it. Duels was terrible. You know, it just felt bad, you know, but I had you two in my corner. I was just trying my best. Like, all I wanted was 3 wins. Like, I just wanted to move on. My other 2 DLCs never got it, right? Other 3 DLCs, I never even had like more than 2 wins. So I came into this one just one game at a time. Like, Nate and Dom and everybody else has been telling me, just one game at a time, just pretend it's locals. You're fine. You're a decent player. So game 1, I go against someone on Team Legacy, right?
Luxury Gaming?
Luxury Gaming.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Luxury. You played for Rante.
Yeah, I played this guy at another DLC and he wiped the floor with me. So when I sat down and I saw him, I was like, this is how my day's starting. And he was on Ruby, he was on Ruby Amethyst. And I was just like, I'm fighting. Like, I was hoping to get the easiest matchups and maybe people that were a little better than me. And I did my best and I came out on top, and that was the start of that day. And I just came out swinging, and I was just laughing and smiling the entire day. I did crash out once. Corey was like, look at me, get it together. It's 1, just move on. Yeah. And I did, and I ended the day being 5-2-1, missing day 2 by 2 points. That draw really hurt. I mean,
I ain't gonna lie, that draw, you had that game in the bag. There was no way you were losing that matchup.
Yeah, and I mean,
like, it is what it is. But
yep, and a lot of learning moments that I'm going to take away. Just slowing down and thinking about things is something that I am going to take to the LCQ when we go. But overall, my goal was 3, and I crushed it, and I was very proud of myself, and I know everybody else around me was also very proud of me. So I had a phenomenal time. Yeah, I got my Leviathan sign too.
I got to play with it too.
And I got to play with it, and I swung that thing around. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was one thing. I actually talked to Ferrante later in the day, and he was like, I didn't even know. He was like, It's like, I played one of your boys and he crushed me round 1, started my day off on the wrong foot. He was like, I had him game 1, I cooked him. I was like, oh, we're good. We're in there. And then game 2, he just managed to like loop this Vitalosphere like so well that he was just able to like prevent me from ever like setting up like locations and like really gaining any advantage. And then he was like, oh, and then game 3, I put all my characters that I needed into a library. He took out my library, popped 2 popsicles, and I was like, oh, he's gonna play a Toa. We're square. We're still good. We got all my characters. And then he slammed a Leviathan through the table and wiped my board. And I was just taken aback. So yeah, he was kind of hyping you up a little bit. I told you about that at the DLC, give you a little bit more motivation, because obviously Ferrante is like a pretty well respected player, especially on red purple. That's like his signature deck. So
it was rough, but it was nice.
Yeah, and it kind of just goes to show that like things we've said before, where like every person you sit across from is just another person. Like whether they're DKP or KPD, you know what I mean? That's whoever they are, is just another player. Everybody, as long as you're playing to the best of your ability, you always have a chance. So,
and and then also just, you know, like you guys have told me before, like lock in, and I tell myself I'm locking in. I go Mondays and all that stuff, and in reality, it's like that's not enough.
So much more, unless you're
so
DJ.
Much more. Yeah, unless you're DJ. But I am not DJ. I have hair like DJ.
Well, I had probably about the same round 1 as you. I had a very tough opponent. It was an empty chair. Meanwhile, I'm playing an empty chair round 1 for a bye since my opponent didn't show up. And Al's sitting there getting round 1 out of 1750-ish, or somewhere in that ballpark range players. He gets paired up against Ferrante. So a tale of 2 round 1s right there.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, I know we've said it already a million times, but Al, we couldn't be prouder of you. Just continuing to improve and taking feedback, which is not always, that's a skill in itself, in getting better, because it can be so easy not to or try to remember who I have around phone. Yeah, you know I'm trolling. But no, I mean, yeah, and we kind of spoke already, but just being able to watch some of those, because I didn't have to go to time in any of my matches, and that's a win for me.
Never happened. Never. That's honestly the most impressive thing from
the most impressive feat of the whole week.
He was done before a lot of my matches. He would come and watch.
Yeah, I was sitting there watching. Like,
I would look at the clock and be like, "Man, what's going on?" Like,
I thought it was tomorrow already.
Yeah, no, my games were schmoving. So I was thankful I was able to sometimes find you and kind of just sit behind you. And yeah, I mean, I would echo the same thing Ferrante told Corey, that you were doing really well. And I think there's just like a few things which we're all going to miss triggers every now and then, make mistakes. You know, I know of several I made through the weekend, and just some of those is going to be the difference between you making day 2 and potentially topping an event at come next DLC or LCQs, which will be even closer. So I'm super excited for just the trajectory that all of us are going, especially because we had, I know we'll be having some guests join on. They're part of the Ohana fam, and they had some impressive showings, and just more people that were just like so proud of everybody. And I think one of the big things for me, and I tried to talk about it a lot over the weekend, is just the headspace I feel when going into these big events plays almost as much of a role as the gameplay itself, because it's so easy to tilt when you're in these high pressure situations. I felt my heart rate going up in near the end rounds of day 2, and I kept saying I just need to keep my heart rate down. Like, I need to not get jittery, because that's when you're going to make those more crucial mistakes. And in a room full of amazing players, one mistake could cost you the match, could cost you the entire event. So overall, an amazing weekend with everybody. I know varying success, but I think everyone should be proud of themselves, especially in a brand new, I'd say, untested format, so to speak, being Infinity, where I think that everyone's been saying it's kind of the Wild West when it comes to your games.
I think it's the epitome. It is the epitome of matchup roulette. Like, because I think every deck in Infinity has. I don't know where that's from, but I appreciate it. Matchup roulette is obviously going to play a part in any of it. Like, there is always going to be an aspect of luck, but speaking about consistency, though, it's Gerald. But DJ, speaking of consistency, this is and was your second top 32 of the season of 3 DLCs. So we only had 3, and he got there twice. So how does that make you feel, like getting there again and like defeating your imposter syndrome?
Yeah, I know I spoke to you guys about that, and I try to be very transparent with how I feel, because it can, I can joke about, haha, like made top 16, like, but a lot of it at times is just kind of thinking, I don't even know if I'm as good as the placement I made. Because we're not the placements that we get in these events. We can, scrub out 0-3 drop, and that doesn't mean that we are an 0-3
players. Yeah.
So the same can be said for making a top in an event. So one of the things I struggled with was I don't get to test that much, and I don't lie to anyone and say, oh yeah, I prepped a bunch for this event. I don't prep a lot when it comes to actually getting games in, which I absorb a lot of content. And so I know, shout outs to all the content creators in the Lorcana space, because the analysis of the game, just the coverage of the game, the love of the game really intrigues my brain to really analyze everything. And so, yeah, going into this event, I had very low expectations. I was, chilling with Al, being like, yeah, we're going to work to get our Mulan. And then I was fortunate in a lot of my matchups. I didn't see a single blue deck until my ID in round 12 to ID into Top Cut. And just my deck was rewarding my decision making. And I played Amber Steel Songs, and I almost didn't even play it going into the event because I had almost no reps on the Infinity list. And I had a couple of rounds of duels where I just had like three matches in a row where I had unplayable, uninkable hands, and I was just like, I didn't get to play 3 matches in a row. And I know that's going to be variance, but I was like, okay, that's a lot of variance, where I felt like it, my 3-year-old son could have beat me with what I had. So really not feeling confident. Even brought in red blue actions, and then we built dogs, and I was testing some dogs that night. I was testing red blue on duels. That was what I was testing a bunch leading into the event, which transpired into something else actually. But then I ended up 30 minutes before the event started submitting Amber Steel Songs, and
oh God, you listen to that.
I'm very glad. So
I'm glad you asked ChatGPT on what you should play.
Yeah, I did have a conversation with ChatGPT, like, hey, what do you think I should play? And they're like, dogs. And then it asked what my experience was with each deck. And then it was just like, what are you doing? You haven't played dogs. You've played Amber Steel since set 1. Stop.
Mind you, this guy wouldn't even let me see him play songs on duels. He was like, I'm not streaming this. "Oh, I'm not streaming this. Stop it." And I was like, "Dude,
Yeah,
let me see it one time."
bro, he watched me play it on duels for like probably like 30 hours. Like we were talking, so and like
yeah. So Corey, I know after it was mainly the big push was after was it Enchanted Citrus Clash CCQ? Is that the one down in San Diego that Alvin Lorgains won?
Yeah.
He won with Amber Steel Songs, and we did, I say, fairly minimal tweaking to that. A little bit of ratio changes. I think went from 4 bear to 3 bear necessities, and up to 4 Zeus. Added the Sonic Warrior, but had the Beyond the Horizon. So very similar to lists. And yeah, Corey just been jamming games of Amber Steel Songs with that list, and so we had a lot of discussions leading into it. So even though I wasn't actively the one playing the deck, piloting it, I'd say with kind of all the absorption of knowledge and Corey's expertise of playing the deck and us talking through lines, I think I just felt good once I was there and actually playing. And I went round 1 against the chair. I got that 1-2-0. Then I played Ruby Steel Songs Wheel, and really cool deck, but it never got to do its thing because they even said, I don't want to see Amber Steel.
Yeah.
Everything else I feel good into. And so it was just an unfortunate matchup for them. And then I saw 1, 2, 3, 4 dogs over a course of my 10 rounds that I played. I saw 2 Amber Steel and then 2 green purple. And I was able to 2-0 or 2-1 all of those except for one of the dogs matches. I did lose. That was my one loss in Swiss, was 1-2 to dogs. Kind of didn't have the answers, and you miss one turn of having anything, and dogs will just run you over. Went into round 11, and I was X1, and my opponent says, hey, we should be able to draw if you're X1. I'll be honest, I was skeptical and I was very nervous because X2 even bubbled out of Milwaukee, but granted, that was 2,000 players versus 1,750.
Yeah.
And I did trust the math, and then I crunched the math. Corey and Al saw. I was writing on the lore pads.
2 phones.
Yep.
Lighting through.
I wrote out every permutation of who what their records would be after this round.
Sent Bruce and Dom to ask another player, is this math right?
Yep. And Bruce came back and he was like, I asked Sailor and Luke, and they said it should be good. And so I was able to ID my last round opponent as well. And that put me into top 32, which was just completely surreal. My goal was always to top DLC and get a Continentals invite. I never would have dreamed that I would get 2 invites, essentially. Obviously, I can't go twice, and they told me I couldn't pass it all the way down to my boys. Unfortunately,
I was hoping for that too.
Kind of messed up. But
I was looking at the rules and I was like, man, he's right.
We actually like joked about this. We were like, wouldn't it be cool if like you got a second invite, if you could just like hook your homie up with it and be like, instead of it just like passing down to 33 or 34 or how I think there was 6 this time, so it was technically 37 or 38. So it's like I was like, man. Then it clicked in my head, and I was like, never mind. The first person to earn a second invite, instead of if they don't name somebody like right off the top, that thing's getting bid on. Somebody's gonna be like, I'll pay you 12 G's for that or something like that. Just I was like,
especially with the pricing for Continentals being pretty
so good.
So
good. The Headless Horseman mat and stuff.
But that transgresses us. Do we want to bring on the other 2 gentlemen or
to sum
one
up,
at a time?
It didn't go much further past getting top cut. I played Alphos in top 32. First time beating.
Right.
What's that?
The runner-up.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you ever beat me in top cut, just know you won't win the event, but you'll make second place because now that's twice. Carlos beat me in top 16 of Milwaukee. He got second. And now Alphas, he beat me in top 32, went on to get second place. And I was rooting
though,
for him.
man.
Well, I say a blessing and a curse. You're making second place in this entire DLC. But no, I mean, obviously that's no part of mine. Alphas, amazing player, qualified 4 different continental regions, so absolutely killing it, traveling around the world, getting invites to all the continentals. I believe this was second invite for North America, so theirs was also a pass down. And yeah, just when you lose, especially in these high stakes competitions, when you're in Top Cut, where every win is, I'd say we don't do it for the money, but there's a lot on the line. Like, especially trying, a goal of mine is to get a golden Mickey. It was one game away last time, and this time didn't get as close.
I think you were potentially one storm away from getting it this time. Because you had no storm to sing on to, and then you had
storm more strength would have had me.
Yeah, and then your aerial whiffs because his hand was like tree. It was like tree, Eleanor, Kita, and I was like, man, if we can get rid of this tree, like
he's in there.
We just like snowball so hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then so
the moment you said pass, all of us were standing there.
And that's the one turn dogs needs you to stumble.
Yeah, that was it. And then you played an aerial, and then we were like,
and the aerial whip,
anything, and then you're just like
all to the bottom. Yeah. So very unfortunate, but similar to my experience against Carlos in top 16 in Milwaukee, it was one of those, like, I'm super bummed that I'm not moving forward. I'm not going to win this event. I'm not going to get a golden Mickey, but congratulations, Alphas.
Yeah.
Take down the entire event, carry the torch, and I'll be rooting for you. So that's still a good feeling, and like the spirit of competition, because I'm a very, very competitive person. But I feel like you can also value the competition that you're against, and as long as you feel you had a fair game and they were a good player, then you're like, you got it, keep on going. So yeah, overall amazing event. And yeah, we have some other successful players. I assume they are waiting in the wings backstage to get on the stream with us. Daniel.
He got that house from like doing so well at his DSP.
Streaming from an Ashley Furniture store.
Insane.
I like how you guys coordinated your outfit.
Yeah, he doesn't have a hat yet, unfortunately.
But
yeah. Well, let's start with Dom. Tell us how you felt your event went, because I mean, both of you did really well, and we were all kind of sticking in there, going through the event, and hoping we were all three gonna hopefully not meet up in the top 32. Hopefully we've dodged, but yeah, how'd it go?
So this whole DLC experience was long. So it all the way started right when we started going to locals, and we said, you know what, locals is core is out, it's not core anymore, we're just doing infinity. And the first thing I picked up was like, okay, green steel, let's do it. Seems pretty cool. You get the new Diablo, Stone Servant, let's do it. And I remember playing it round 1 against Ashton, Alric's wife, and she was playing the Snowfort dog deck that Pansy was pulled out, and she just destroyed us, and she has never had a rep on it. And I'm like, okay, we can't play these decks. So then the charity event came, and I was like, I really want to play green purple. So green purple is like my favorite color pairing, like in general. And I've made a little PowerPoint about it. I'm like, my journey with green purple to DLC Indie. Let's go. And I was like documenting stuff. And then like a weekend, I was like, blue was really popular and red purple, and I couldn't play green purple. So I guess I just put it aside for now. Like I was trying to make the match better, and I'm like, I just couldn't. At the time, I was like, okay, I'll just pick red purple for the charity event. I did that. I was like, okay, cool. and then what was it? Citrus Clash, I think it was called.
Citrus Class.
Yeah, we were all hanging out at the all hanging out watching that, and like who was it? Norgains won, and I think it changed the meta completely.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And I was looking at the results. I saw a green purple list. I sent it to my friend Garrett from Team Snuggly Ducklings, and I said, hey, what can we do with this? And I said, let's just take out the discard bullcrap and we'll cook. And we started cooking. And then the Eleanor stuff came out, which made our deck better because Snowfort negates it completely. And yeah, we've been on it ever since. I felt good with it. We got there, Thursday night. You guys came later. We got to the zoo. I one of the things I appreciate the most out of the weekend was a lot of us didn't do the Friday event, and I feel like that helped a lot of us because it helped us like not
Relax.
it helped us relax. It helped us enjoy the weekend. We didn't have like pressure to do well in a side event and like be mentally fatigued, especially because I know they started late, and then go to the hotel room, go to sleep, and then wake up and just think about whatever. But yeah, I didn't know what the list was gonna look like. I knew what I was gonna play, and I hit up the Snuggly Ducklings. I got there at the Airbnb at like 9 p.m. The day before, I got my ass whooped by Sarek, Gerald, and Chris. They were all like 2-0ing me, and I'm like, I'm just crashing out. Am I gonna just pivot to Amber Steel, like basic stuff, and do whatever? And then I got to the Airbnb, and I'm like, how are we gonna do this? And this is when Mordu came in.
How are you gonna Mordu this?
So this is when Mordu came in. So the night before on Thursday night, they were still driving in.
5-drop Mordu, guys.
Five
I
drop Mordu.
I got it pulled up for whenever we can share.
Yes, this is the Mordu. Garrett Connor. It's gonna be mentioned because he's like, because like you guys are a big part of like the journey, and he is as well. And he called me. He's like, let's play Mordu, because I was very adamant of like we have to like have something unique to the list that separates us from all the other green purple, because green purple won the DLC like 2 weeks prior. Because I was telling these guys, I was telling Corey, I was telling Al, especially Al, I'm like, green purple I think is one of the best decks in the format. And when we saw the list that won, we were like, oh my god, we were like 2 cards off. We only didn't run Under the Sea. And now everyone's going to be playing it. Now we have to factor the mirror in. So I got there. Thankfully, they didn't shove me with murders, but Garrett, he put me down on the table. He's number 2, yeah. And he said, let's play Amber Steel and do that. And then he's like, what if we just play the Mrs. Incredible. So that's when we put in Mrs. Incredible in the list. The Mordu list. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
There.
It is an actual list. Let me actually put in Mrs. Credible, and she was super great in the mirror because the mirror just comes down to evasives and Snowfort, and she was really good in Still Song because it will always take on curve 2 songs to get rid of her because they can't like cheat out characters like super quickly as like other decks that do. So we did that. I felt good. I have to split up. Round 1, I played against Amber Steel. He seemed like a really casual player. I just 2-0'd him really quick. Round 2, it was against somebody. I think his name is Big Thunder. He goes by like.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Really nice guy. He was on Shark, and what I've known about Shark is like the matchup, in my opinion, is winnable for us. Very favorite. But if they put down the carpet bag, it's really annoying. And so game 1, I won in 10 minutes, and then game 3, I won in 35 because he had carpet bag, and then he did Shark. Was it Next Up Olympus like combo? But I was able to. Yeah, but it is what it is. Then game 3 was the Clarabelle action. It's just it just banishes an item. We need it in the mirror. We need it against a bunch of stuff. Then game 3, I remember round 3. Yeah, round 3. I sat down next to Corey, and I was like, "Hey, we're in the top tables. Hell yeah, let's go." He was playing against a snowman, and I was playing against a very tilted dog player. He was playing against I was playing against a very tilted dog player who was on Comic-Con, and anytime I would do something, he would be very, very annoyed. So I had to like shift my Diablo early because he went like 3 Mowgli's, 4 Ursulas. He was just gonna take all my stuff, so I had to shift early to get rid of my Heist of My Heart, even knowing he had a Comic Con. And then he just played Comic Con on curve, and he just started questing. And Lewis and Snowford really annoyed him. And thankfully, we were able to win it. It was the most stressful match the whole weekend, but we were able to get it. Then round 4, I actually played against Nathan Tripp from the Sand Podcast. Very, very nice guy, by the way. Probably the most enjoyable match I had this whole weekend. He was playing green purple as well, but he was playing with honor shift and Chernobog 5-drop. So it was like very spicy with like
Ooh.
discard stuff. And he said to me, he's like, "This is a matchup I didn't want to see. I won by like turn 3 each time, but he played it out each time and just yapped. Really nice guy." Round 5, no, round 4, no, this was my bad. The round before I lost was my first loss against Red Purple, and I lost. Um, I just couldn't do it. She was really good. She made day 2, so she was really good.
What was
She
she
was like
on?
Red Purple.
Mm,
Yeah, it was
rough.
one of the worst matchups. I practiced with Gerald then like on Thursday night. He was whipping my ass, but I felt like I understood it. Game 1, he just curved, couldn't find draw cards. Game 2, I skill drift, and then game 3, I just couldn't find my removal. It is what it is. Then round 6, played against dogs, very aggressive dogs. I took that 2-1. Then round 7, I took it against Green Steel. Green Steel is a matchup that's like very simple. You just know when if you're gonna lose or not, like by around like turn 4 or 3. And I just had it every time. That was when I knew I was like making day 2. That was like a very surreal moment. I was very happy about that. And then it was round 8, the last round. I was like at table 11, and it got really hot. I had a sunburn from the zoo, and I had to take my hoodie off because it was so hot, and it was just bothering my neck with the lanyard the whole damn time, and I just couldn't concentrate. But that was probably the most insane game I had. I had the perfect hand. I kept, destroyed him game 1. Um, round game 2, he basically had like some kind of queen quest for 3, Mulan quest for 6, quest out go to 16 line. I was able to have like 3 Diablos. I'm like, I don't care. I'll just wipe his board and then just like Lewis and a Diablo, whatever. Yeah, thank you.
You're talking about the green queen that everyone's using right now. I've been
Yes,
seeing
the
lately,
green
right?
queen.
The one
Yes,
that's like
yes,
if they play
yes.
it,
So
your opponent
he-
gets like a lore, then you get to draw
he
one.
gets, yep, and then a
Okay.
quest for 3 if the opponent has more lore. So he was just able to sequence it super well to get to 16, and then he top decked Kita, and I just couldn't do anything about it. Like, yeah. And then
Rough.
game 3, I opened my hand. I was like, this hand's really bad. Let me just keep Snowfall because it's really good into the Eleanor decks, which he was playing. And then I draw my next 6 cards, and they were all 3 drops. So I ink passed the first 2 turns, and he kept. So unfortunately, that's what it was. Then next day, round 9, I played against some Nashkana Lounger. He was a very nice guy. He was on dogs. He hit me with the on curve on the draw Kita shift under the sea, which was awesome.
Oh, man.
Then game 2, we battled it out. I won, and then game 3, he just completely bricked. And I'm like, thank God. Then round 10, he Green Steel, another lady. I want to say this: 2 of my losses this weekend were ladies, and I feel like it just shows that how strong the ladies of Lokana are, and they should get more respect than they do. I think a lot of them are underestimated by some players, and they should never be. I just wanted to say that. But it was Green Steel. Why the song over the action? Wait. So the action, the actions. So be it. We figured it really got you negative tempo, especially against like the item decks, the red blue item decks. So being able to sing it, it just matters so much more because now you're taking a turn off to like destroy an item instead of like establishing a body, which you really need to do against like a lot of these decks. So that's why it was the song instead of the action. But yeah, game 1 I won very handily. Game 2, I looked at her hand. I'm like, she had no songs in hands, and I had Diablo shit. I'm like, and then she could set up really well if she drew a song. I'm like, if she doesn't draw a song in the next 1 to 2 cards, I win the game. She did, unfortunately. It is what it is. Game 3, I looked at her hand. I didn't have Diablo shit. She had double Diablo shit with double muses, and then when she established the 2 Diablo sideways with double muses, and I had no snow for it, it just bounced, saying couldn't do anything about it. Then I played against Amber Steel around 11. He had perfect curve with 3 Akuds in the first 12 cards. Could do nothing about it. Then he kept 7 again, because he kept 7 in game 1. I was able to win that because he didn't know the matchup. And then game 3, he was able to go 1-drop Cindy, Akud, Aerial, then Boost, Bare Necessities, then Akud, Beast. And basically to win that matchup, you have to destroy the draw systems, which I couldn't, and I lost. So that was my weekend. I had fun. Little disappointed I couldn't make it farther, but I'm really happy. I'm ready to rock and roll. Have this was a big part of my goals this year, to make day 2 at a DLC, and now
This is
just
your
ready to.
second DLC, right, Dom?
This is my second DLC. Unfortunately, I picked the bad deck in Enrichment, but this time I picked the better deck.
Yep,
I
you
picked a
did.
bad deck in Richmond too. I played green purple.
Green purple was actually okay. Green purple was actually good. I'm very happy with the list. Again, shout out to Garrett. He helped with the list. He sent it to me the morning of, because we were like, are we gonna play Fox? Are we gonna play Crab? But it's kind of stayed the same. And yeah, very grateful for everybody, especially DJ. DJ and Daniel were giving me very big encouragement words. Everybody just gave me so much encouragement throughout the day, especially after my round. Was it my round 10 loss? I was like very, very down on myself, because I thought I was just like, I was just in there. I was just getting the good matchups. I was just like really very, very with the deck. I can't say the word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was very good with the deck, and I'm gonna miss it, but I'm excited to see what CCS is holding for me, and I'm ready for that.
Because you got your invite to CCS, the 50K that's going
Yes,
on. Like 2 weeks
thankfully
prior
I only
to
had.
LCQ.
Yep. Thankfully, I only had to go to 2 of them, and it was enough points. But I had a fun weekend. Thank you for letting me ramble so much.
Of course.
Because
We enjoy having you.
I'm a yapper. I have to.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're surrounded by another yapper at least, because I also have been known to yap. So
yeah.
No,
Also, by the way, shout out to Al again. Like, I cannot reiterate this. This guy was just so down on the format, and like he honestly, in my eyes, he made day 2, because like the guy who drew with him knew he couldn't like make day 2 no matter what, because he drew already. So like the guy was just being a bad word, in my opinion. But it's okay. It's okay.
yeah. And had it gone another turn back over to Al, he would have had the Lord board.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
I believe you got to 18.
I got the 18 and
9,
passed.
yeah.
Or 19, 18. Then he only quested 218. Stared at his hand and looked at me and was like, "Man, I guess we drew. I guess we draw." And I was like, 6.
Yeah. But I really like the list. I think it's cool. I'm happy with how good we can win.
Yeah, I'm glad you did really well, especially on your second DLC, and then you just have CCS coming forward now, so you're still gonna stay locked in. You're already testing new stuff, so
Yeah,
congratulations.
You're qualified for the CCS 50Ks through the point system, so
92nd place,
91st, yeah,
91st.
I was like at like 30 something, and then it dropped me twice because I didn't go to Houston once, and I was like, is it gonna be enough? And then thankfully it was enough, and yeah, we're gonna have a good time back in Atlanta, where it should be.
Nice.
Keep it in Atlanta so we can keep going to CCS.
Please.
Flying to Houston, too expensive.
Please.
All right. And then we had the third person of kind of our day 2 trio we had going on, Daniel. Daniel, this was first DLC, first big event.
Over 50 people.
Yeah, I was going to say.
First event over 50 people.
Yeah, that's insane to go from a 50-person or less events over to 1,700
converting to DLC.
Yeah, and so just before we even get to how you did, what were your thoughts kind of going into it? What were your expectations? How did it meet your expectations? And did you have fun?
Oh, I had a ton of fun. Going in, I went in with 0 expectations. No expectations. First DLC is the last one of the season.
Just nonchalant. He's just like,
he's just like,
I just did the thing, you know.
I did it.
Now, before we start, I do want to say one thing about the Mordu. On Thursday night, Dom was like so down late. Okay, we were in like a super uncomfortable bed. I had like the headphones in so I could go to sleep, and I just hear Dom just smiling and laughing. I turn around, he's just like talking about Mordu with the biggest smile on his face.
I just like a card that separates me from the field, and I was like, "Is Mordu it?
Mordu wasn't it? No, it wasn't.
It was Mrs. Incredible, and like it made sense because I was testing that card even prior, and I knew she was good.
Yes.
She's like one of my new favorite cards.
Dom was hyping that card up with he
were
saw
playing
the card,
it,
and
and
it was like Mrs. Incredible.
I know we were talking about it in Blurple, and we were also playing in Red Purple. Earlier on before we switched to Infinity, so.
It makes sense. It's a great card. I'm excited to play a lot more with it.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Daniel, go ahead.
Well, since it was my first one, everybody else went to the zoo. I played in the Friday, the pre-event, which took forever, by the way. You started an hour late, and we didn't get out until like 10.
Crazy.
But you entered in that Friday event to get the jitters out for.
Yeah. I wanted to play in that just to get any like jitters or nerves out of the way. So
good shot.
Yeah, it worked. In that one I went 5-2. I actually started out 2-0. And then I lost to J-Bomb and then Jonathan Williams. And then I was able to,
not bad people to lose.
I mean, yeah, they're good players. So,
and then in round 5, I actually paired into Nora, which it kind of sucked because we were both X2 at the time.
Oh no!
Dang.
Not the same place, the same room kill.
I
know. The funny part was it was me, her, Gerald, and Chris, and Gerald and Chris also paired that round.
That's hilarious.
Insane.
Really funny. That's why when I woke up in the middle of the night, I saw Nora just standing over everybody like.
Danny did not let me sleep. He took so much room on that bed. Holy
diagonal, dude. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
So you ended up rallying out 3 more wins after that, and then that you said that helped your nerves, right?
Going into Saturday, I felt much better than I did going into Friday. Just having all the jitters out and everything.
Nice. Do you have like your matchups for Saturday? You want to go through them?
So round 1, I played against a Steel Song player. I got him in game 1, and then in game 2, I went 1 drop into Ursula, no song, they top deck a coup, and then I go like Willow into Mowgli, no song, and they top deck a coup.
W.
But then I was able to get it in game 3. And then after that, I played a Shark Actions player, and I 2-0'd them. And then I took J-Bomb to game 3, and I played Pluto, and then I used the ability for Willow, Ursula, and then he top deck Strength. So
you played him twice.
Well, no, that was day 2. Sorry, or no, that was Friday. So I played him in round 3 on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, but what about Saturday?
Saturday. Yeah,
the main event.
My bad. Okay. So I actually started at table 3, which is pretty cool. And I played against a Sharks player. I lost game 1. I got to 18. I had not found an Eleanor, and he had triple Olaf me.
Yeah, Olaf. Yes.
But then I knew the matchup, so after that, I ended up getting 3 Lilos in both the other games and just grinded out the games to the end.
Nice.
And then after that, I played my first mirror of the day, where I just got quick 2-0'd. He had the nuts all the games, and I just could not find Eleanor's at all. And then after that, I played another Sharks player, which I was able to get 2-1 also. On the first game, he played Spooky Sight, so I got to have 9 ink the whole game. That was pretty fun. And then after that, I played against a Steel Song player, and then I won that one. I had Dale both games, and he never found any removal songs.
Nuts.
And after that, I lost a mirror again. My mirror luck last weekend was terrible. I only won 1 mirror all weekend.
Jeez.
I did get to play. I played against Lucas Kalpa. He was playing Green Steel, and he just like he didn't shift Diablo either game. So like without the extra card draw, it's pretty easy to like grind out the games.
Yeah.
And then then I played a Blurple. I was able to like Kita shift them or play the Kita in the games, and that got both those games. And then I was 5-2, and I had to win the mirror to make day 2. And yeah, that was my day 1.
That was your first mirror you won.
Yes,
The one that mattered too.
The only mirror all weekend.
That's the one that mattered though.
And then going into day 2, I played Sharks, and I 2-0'd them. And then I played Sharks again, and I 2-0'd them. And then when I was X2 still, I played another mirror. The first game was probably like the most skillful dogs game I've ever played, because like neither one of us had Under the Sea at all. And then the next game, he like did like Shift Lady and wiped my board early. And in the last game, I set up Tramp, and I drew like 9 cards, and I could not find a Ursula, Mowgli, or Under the Sea. And then he like had it the turn after that.
Sheesh.
Shift Lady sing Under the Sea is my favorite line. Dom knows that.
And then I played the last round to try to go X3. And in my first game, I mulled 3. I drew 2 Under the Sea. I was going first,
nice.
and then my first draw was the 3rd Under the Sea.
Oh, you got hit with that hand that you had against Tanya in the set champ?
Yes. Don't remind me about that.
That's crazy. Yikes.
Yeah. And the new introduction of the new Kita Tech shift line definitely was something I would say new for this event. And not being the one playing the Dogs deck with that, there were plenty of times where against the Dogs opponents I played against where they had a lady and a little Kita, and I'm just sitting there like,
who do I hit?
I got this one removal spell. Which one do I take out? And I'm like, is it that one? Is it that one?
DJ, that's how I felt in round 9, because he had Lady, Willow, Kita, and I had like pull a lever or like wrong lever to send it back. I'm like, do I send it back just because he might have it? And I was just sitting there, I'm like, make him have it. And then he did it, and he's like, oh yeah, I just top decked Under the Sea. And I'm like, oh, awesome.
Well, way beforehand,
all the answers.
Way beforehand, like Zan had said he was going to release his list. I like decided that I was going to look at it, but I wasn't going to like to try to copy and change the list last minute, because like I had like tested the 1-drop Kita, and it felt like bad in most of the other matchups. So I decided not to play the 1-drop one and play Pluto instead.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll say from playing it from my perspective on Amber Steel with the Aurora and the little Kita, it just gave them a lot more options to go a lot wider faster, especially with the Aurora into Willow 1-drop Quest Aurora into a Kita. They're all of a sudden just have this massively wide board and then multiple potential shift options, which anytime, again, you give your opponent decision trees, gives them the opportunity to make the wrong decision. And without them having knowledge, you don't know which shift line you possibly have in your hand. So I think the Kita shift package was very interesting. I did hear I was next to Thiago, and he was talking to his opponent, and he was just like, this is the worst deck I've ever registered for an event, talking about the Kita shift package. But he's like, but you have to do it because everyone else is on it, so to be able to combat it.
Yeah, I think it was mostly just to improve the, like, Blurple had gotten so good into dogs that, like, you just needed a way to get rid of, like, Scuttle Merryweather, and, like, Kita is the only way to do that, so I think that it was just, like, a necessary ad.
Yeah, so Daniel ended up 8-4, correct?
Yes.
So just shy of getting that X3 record, which would typically, I think it pretty much always ties, at least for the top 64. But overall, still like to be that close, absolutely amazing run
on your first
so-
DLC too.
Yeah,
Yep.
and so both of you guys, Al, just absolutely couldn't be prouder of everyone for going into the event, into an Infinity. I know we mentioned it earlier, but Infinity is its own beast, and it's not normal Lorcana. So to go into that and to do so well, just proud of all of you guys.
It's also, I feel like, a
Thank
lot
you.
tougher because the matchup, like Corey was saying, matter a lot more than in core. I feel like things are just so lopsided. So many decks can do such powerful things, and like if you have a bad matchup and they do their powerful thing, it's like very, very difficult to recover from that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the only like core matchup I can think of that's as like lopsided as like half of the matchups in Infinity is like playing Blurple into Amber Sapphire. Like Amber Sapphire is just that if you're playing that matchup on Amber Sapphire and you lose, back to the drawing board. Like there's no way you lose that matchup. Like it's so free. And then so that's like the only like equivalent I could think of as it is to like play like Blurple into Song or like red blue items into Dogs. Like there's just like no other like close comparison.
Yeah, just this amount of things that you can do that are absolutely disgusting in Infinity. Like I played Aaron Rubin, really, really amazing player. He was on Dogs, and game 3 I was on the play. I full kept. I had Cindy into I had double Akud, so I had the insurance. I was like, I'm going to keep this because I have Inkables. I'm going to keep this for insurance in case he does Ursula me. And I was able to go and Akud out Big Cindy on to or on turn 3 with my Ursula sing it. So go ahead and quest that Cindy for 3, and then every turn after just had a song take out character, no resources. And yeah, so it obviously feels bad to be on the receiving end of that, and there is a level of like kind of a you never want to be like, oh, I'm sorry, but you're not gonna not try to win the game. But that's kind of how I felt in like Infinity was. It was very you trip one time in most any matchup and you're gonna get run over. There's some comeback mechanics, but
and it also doesn't help that like sometimes your opponent just knew sitting down where you were on.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
I think for Infinity, like every DLC is kind of like already a matchup roulette, and then like if you get good matchups or you're able to just like overcome like your 1 or 2 bad matchups throughout the day, I think it's a lot easier than it is with Infinity, where like your bad matchup is like a 90% loss or like an 85% loss, and there's very little skill expression that you can do to like overcome that variance. So I think it's a little bit of everything has to go right for you. So
yeah, but that's another thing that's just like with so many people getting so close. I know Corey getting 42nd in Milwaukee.
Man,
it's really one of those. Any one of these DLCs could be one of our days to make that top cut run. But no, again, I'm extremely like just humbled that I was able to make top cut for a second time. I never dreamed of that, and never.
Can we take a moment to recognize that JDZ Quest shows?
JDZ Quest, what is up? How's the stream?
I was watching him. I was watching him before this.
You're rating yourself. Yeah, we got to stay locked in for JDZ.
For real.
Oh my gosh, JDZ, one of the pillars of the Lorcana community. Yeah, I always feel so bad when I'm at these events of like I'm like, oh, I want to just go like say hey to JDC, but he's always locked in and engaged in other Lorcana
doing a great job. Oh my God, it's R&B.
R&B?
Not the
R&B
bald
and-
brother.
His
Yeah,
bald
Bald
brother.
brethren, dude. We're in here, guys.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
the whole
Al, you gotta
gang's
keep
getting
keep that
together.
shiny for him though. You can't go growing your hair back out.
Oh,
I
no,
did
it's
go.
done.
I
It's
did.
over.
I did go back and rewatch some of the DLC. I'm enjoying the production quality. They're putting a lot more effort into this, and then I think making sure that JDZ is on the finals every time is going to be essential going forward. He was locked in.
Oh yeah, I went back and watched the finals, all the rounds, matches in the finals, because I saw that. I know Alphonse ended up losing, but I was rooting for him the whole time after he took me down. And yeah, love all the casters, but I'll say that finals, the casting, chef's
Top
kiss.
tier.
So absolutely shout out to our casting team and just content creators in general in this Lorcana space. But yeah, I know, Al, you got a bald picture with R&B, right?
I did, and it was
Yeah.
the greatest photo ever.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
not
I
a
was
hair to be
just-
found on the head.
It was so funny. I was cashing in my tickets and R&B was behind me, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to find Al. So I like dragged R&B, and I saw Tanya across like where we were like always stationed by the Pegasus corner, and then just walking, and I looked over and I'm like, oh, I see Corey. Oh, there's Al, and then I was just like, yeah, he got me.
When I
in
saw
here.
it on Twitter, I was like, man, I really want that like your group bald photo. Like, we have to.
Yeah. Once I saw
Didn't
it,
get
I'm
to be a
like,
part of that, but me
because
and
that's
RB
odd.
had that photo. I'm feeling
Al
better.
didn't even care about like doing well. He did, but like he just wanted the bald
Just
picture
wanted
so
that
much.
photo so
He cared
bad.
about it so much.
Mm-hmm. You didn't
I
get
don't
it
know.
either.
I don't
We
even think
gotta
it
sum that
happened.
up.
I don't even think it
I
happened.
don't think it
No,
happened.
it
no.
didn't. Fungus failed it. Man, we have to.
Next time. Maybe I'll shave my head and I'll join.
Nah,
Uh,
I mean, you do you, boo boo, but I'm out on that one.
I will not be joining, unfortunately.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Some people cannot
Yeah,
Yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is.
follow on a shaved heads win.
Never.
If I win Continentals, we will all shave our heads.
Deal.
Whoa!
You heard it here first. You heard it here first, guys. You heard it here first.
Deal, I'm in.
No, you
We
don't want
all
to.
want to see.
Hey! If DJ goes to Worlds, I'll shave it. But you heard it here first.
Heck yeah.
We're about to all
Definitely
be
not.
bald. It's gonna be the.
See, even Tanya,
I'm gonna get to finals and be
like,
like, I'm gonna throw just so I don't have to shave my head. No, I wouldn't ever do that. But no,
It's,
I would
it's,
be.
gets the finals, intentionally gets second.
It's gonna look like a straight up egg. Not the straight up
Gonna look
egg.
like a straight up
That's crazy.
no, I can't grow any
Crazy but
facial
true.
hair. So I can't go shaving the only hair that I have on my head.
No, this is true. I forgot about that. You have your eyebrows still. You'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I'll have my eyebrows.
You look
Oh,
like
shit.
Mr. Clean.
I'm definitely
Mr.
never
Clean.
doing that.
That's crazy. Come on,
It,
guys.
it would take an act of Congress to convince me to shave my head. Tanya was trying to convince me to do a mole, and I didn't even trust her enough to do that.
I did mullet once.
Oh,
Yeah,
had
I
a
know.
bald
It's
toe.
because
Yeah,
you're
I remember.
hoping on not being bald.
Hey man,
Yeah.
balls are beautiful.
I think.
yeah.
I think now. I think a lot of us are. I think we all kind of talked about it. We're all kind of focused up and locked in for getting Dom ready for CCS and getting DJ ready for Continentals, as well as myself and Al are going to be locking in for LCQs at Continentals. So, if you got any spicy post rotation deck lists, feel free to share those in our Discord or drop in the comments on YouTube or whatever. We just want to get ready. Considering a skull.
The
Isn't
skull.
that when it's like bald on top and then you just have hair on the back? Oh god,
Yeah, I do that.
Oh my god! I just
No.
looked
Yes,
this up,
I
and
would.
it's my fault for having eyes.
Diabolical.
Guys, remember Michael Jordan was the greatest basketball player of all time, and he was bald. Same with LeBron. I'm just saying.
LeBron got spray paint because he didn't want to be bald.
Well,
he's
he he accepted it eventually, and look what happened to Al. He accepted it, and like first event he goes to ball.
Yeah, like my wins
Yeah, I
just
mean, yeah.
skyrocketed. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just win percentage went crazy.
The math is there.
Proven.
Oh yeah, proven. Yeah. Yeah, I'm out on that one. Yes,
good.
That's crazy. Got to start a whole ball team and everything.
It's the reflection off his head.
This is the closest you've ever resembled to like being in like real. Like, never mind. Nah, I'm not even
wait.
That's crazy.
Oh no. Yeah, no, we're not going there.
But yeah.
Overall, I mean, we kind of summed up our experiences this weekend, but I'd say, regardless of some of the things that happened, because I think there are some negative things that happened over the weekend, and those should absolutely, in my opinion, we need to address those. We can't just sweep those under the rug. But we also still can celebrate the immense positives, I feel like, that we experienced over the weekend. Just so many people that I've met like once before, that I've played in matches after playing someone, and they're like, yeah, unfortunately it was one win short of making top cut, but it was great playing you, and they kind of followed me throughout top cut, and just being able to
some of these comments.
He said, "Daniel got money like that."
It is additional background.
We talked about how he's at a Ashley furniture home furniture store.
He's at his job right now. We're like doing this.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. There's two Ryans in the chat. Ryan Ori, the good of the community will prevail. I do feel that. I think right now it's just being very much highlighted, especially as we go through this transitional period of the game where we're getting a lot more value in the cards. That the valuable cards are going crazy right now. And so naturally it's going to bring out some negative traits on people. But I do believe that the good of the community will prevail. And bust out the middle school recorder and hit the hot cross.
Okay. I do want to say with DJ, I do appreciate the community a lot more, especially these past 48 hours, because I feel like there's so much like self-policing and like policing within the community getting done that is very necessary. And I think it just shows how strong and like united our Ohana community is compared to like some other trading card games that might have the same experience. So I do appreciate like everyone like recognizing like this is good, this is bad, we need to be better, and we're gonna hold each other accountable no matter what.
Yep.
Yeah, we did see that RMB, and I directly after I read that, I literally posted in our community chat, and I said, if any of you guys cheat at any of these events or at a tournament or anything, like I will publicly shame and crucify you, and you will be removed from everything. Like I'm not getting rid of my brand to stay friends with somebody or anything like that. I don't care. But
I think JDC said it in his stream, like before he rated us. He said, when you wear this hat or when you wear like a logo from Team Ohana, you're not representing yourself, but you're representing the team as a whole. Because they're not gonna say, "Oh, Dominic cheated, Daniel cheated, Corey cheated, DJ cheated." They said a Team Ohana member cheated.
Yeah.
And that I think we all echoed the same sentiment that if it ever came out that someone like on our team was cheating, either A, they're getting booted off the team. If not, I'd be leaving. I can't have that association. Same as Corey.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
trying so hard to aspire to such big heights to be a positive force in the community. Hopefully, a competitor to those that I play. That I don't want that to taint anything. So I think just stay clean in your gameplay and be a good competitor and have a good time.
Yep.
It's just a card game after all. Like this is like nobody likes job really. This is a hobby, you know. Like you win and lose, and like every matchup you go into, no matter who you play, you have to like have a realization of like, there's a good possibility I'll lose, and I have to deal with it. And if you can't deal with it, I don't think this is like a hobby for you. Like it's a competitive atmosphere. You have to accept how to lose.
Yeah, and I think Bruce kind of like on Twitter echoed like a sentiment where it's like as a team manager, like because he's our team manager, him and Tanya are both our team managers, is like he's also a teacher, and he's like if my student does something wrong, it obviously reflects on me. So it's like us being like kind of like the leaders in our community, I guess, quote unquote, and then like them being our managers. Like I wouldn't want to do anything that makes them look bad, and I would hope anybody in our community wouldn't want to do anything that makes us look bad. And so like I'm open and transparent, and when people, even when at locals, when people do things and it's like out of order, or like let's say you take a visions and you like pull the visions up to your hand, like I'd be like, please don't ever do that again, like because I don't want even the idea that you could potentially be cheating to be out there. So it's something that we kind of like preach and practice in our just like everyday thing. So, and cheating does apply to any advantage that could be gained. So I'm just going to leave that at that.
Yeah, and it's hard because through all of this, it is very much when you do have confirmed cases like that, it also can be very easy for some people to jump on and say, you know, someone did this with intent, because I know intent is sometimes hard to prove. And I'm not going to speculate on any specific cases, but I think there are aspects of some people potentially making, you know, a poor choice that they may not intend. But yeah, or not having the same mindset of, oh, this is an illegal way of gaining an advantage. They may not think that in the time until possibly reflecting on it. I had an opponent completely mull on the play for red blue because they said I had information that you were on red blue, and I was like, that's weird because none of us like on the travel team were on red blue, and I've never been a red blue player. Like you can look at set one through whatever, I'm Steel Song. And then once all this information came out, I was like, I was jamming a bunch of red blue games just nonstop going into the event. I wasn't playing Steel Song on duels. And so if someone got that information from there, they probably thought I was on red blue, and it actually ended up biting them. But yeah.
And I didn't expect Dom and Daniel to like really chime in here because they're just like kind of on here to talk about their like experience, but just like as a whole, I feel like scouting is like an inherent part of all card games. Like being on like on the like I want to say on site, but like on site at the venue, like if you finish your games, the first thing you do is pack up your stuff. And you start you go back to where your meeting point is, and you're kind of like looking around, what's on this table, what's on that table. So like you're gaining that intelligence by being there. I think the use of like external data sources, like being able to pull up data from duels and having access to that person's username is really cringe. I think it's definitely constitutes cheating because you're doing so with the intent to gain advantage. I think if you say that you're not cheating by doing that, you're just lying to yourself. That's how I feel about it. I mean, I don't really care. Like if you're scouting in person, I've been at CCS where I've seen people that like run teams and their phone is filled with pictures of people's hands where they were standing behind their team member's opponent and taking pictures of their hands, or they're walking the top tables, taking pictures of people's hands, and they're to report back in case they get paired into their team members later. Like we don't do that. Like obviously, I don't think any of us like we care about the game, but I don't think any of us give near that much care to do that. I think we all just enjoy the game. We want to be good at the game, but we're not trying to like scum our way up to the top. You know what I mean?
No fun doing that.
Yeah, and there's an aspect of kind of knowing what certain people are on, but I'll be honest, when you're going around like R&B, you were saying, walk around scouting what people are playing, way different. That absolutely, if that's how you want to finish your game early and go walk around and scout the tables, absolutely go for it. I like sometimes watching random matches, and especially of good players, and even just learning myself. What would I do with what I see in their hand, and see if that matches up how they end up playing the game. And yeah, I also, everyone I feel like goes, oh, hey, this is a known player. Do you know what they're on when they get matched into someone? But I think that's just organic data gathering at the event, not necessarily these.
Because a lot of the times when you go
simulators.
A lot of times when you go and you're like, hey, do any of us know this person? What do we think he's on? It's always a thought like, hey, I think he's on this, but he could honestly be on anything.
I remember giving DJ the wrong color pairing once and like making him draw.
I was like, dumb. What the heck?
I didn't. So to be fair, I didn't actually know. I was like, I'm assuming this person's on this color, and I was wrong.
You have to, and that's what
I didn't actually look. I was like, I'm assuming this is a person we know and then plays it. Yeah, I do want to ask like a wide question. Like, what do we think of like the Play Hub showing like the ink pairings before the match?
I honestly think it at this point it's necessary. I think we see a lot of other TCGs like Pokemon. You start with the basic, so you can kind of get a general idea. One Piece, your leaders out there. Riftbound, your leaders out there.
Right about that.
Command, I don't know like other card games, but I think 100% that there should just be like a color pairing. Some people were like being like corny about it and like being like, oh, when you get your badge, they sticker the thing on the colors on your badge. Like just put it in RPH. When you submit your deck list, it reads the cards. It generates the color pair. Like there's no need to be like extra about it or anything like that. But it's like, I think you just have to put it in there now. I think it just to prevent, like obviously people are still going to do like sketchy things and like try to gain any advantage just because some people care more about winning and card games than they do about being a good person, and like that is what it is. But yeah, like kind of what you're saying, like round one, you're looking up your opponent on duels to see what they're on. Like,
why?
I've been playing TCGs for a long time, and most people in my like TCG like relationships, like we don't even think a tournament really starts until round 3 or 4, just because like
I'm out here fighting for my life round 1.
I'm fighting a chair.
It's different though. It's different because like but like you said, I feel like by round 7, round 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever, like everybody kind of knows what everybody near the top is on. So like I think it's just kind of organic. Like you said, it's organic that happens. But like I think DJ's thing happened was like round 4 or something like that.
It was round 5 or 6.
Even
day 1. And don't get me wrong, I have no proof that that's what they did, and they were really nice person and had some good games. But yeah, it was very offsetting of being like I had information of this, and it wasn't necessarily like, okay, I don't know where you would have gotten that other than the duels thing. But
yeah, because if it was there, they would have been like, oh no, DJ's on song, I saw him.
Or if they just literally knew DJ.
So
I guess I'm not a big enough name yet. So
not yet.
Not yet.
The one trick.
Soon.
I do want to say
top 32s, you got to get up there though.
Oh yeah. I do want to say I think it would help the game because I feel like because we don't have like a sideboard like other games, like these tech cards we put in our decks and have on our 60 and play in every matchup would 61. Actually matter. Okay, 61. 61 cards would actually like matter more, and like we can actually like mulligan for stuff, and like feel like mulligans would matter so much more if we actually know the card, the ink pairing in a sense.
I think that's valid, but I also think that also kind of like sets you up to cook yourself. Like
yeah, I can
because
see
like
that.
if you see your opponents on red, like for Infinity, obviously it's a little bit less so with core constructed because
Right.
there's more restrictive player like our card pool. But if you're like, for your example, you were on Wildcat. So if you
Yeah.
see that you're paired against red blue and you try to mull hard to keep a Wildcat, right, and
Yeah,
then you're
that's
playing
fair.
against Shark.
That's fair.
At least
That's
that's
fair.
an inkable tech card.
Yeah, no, I know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm just saying, like as an
No,
example,
I
like
understand, but from my side, it's like, oh, like I don't. If the blind is just like the most
yeah,
difficult thing, and like it is skillful as well, but like
But
you
I
also
also
can
feel
like. Yeah, go ahead.
like
I'm sorry.
once you start doing that, your opponent now has to think to themselves, do I take the risk and mulligan for the Wildcat? But they could also be on Shark.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a huge gamble. And if your opponent wants to do that after seeing the color pair, not by using whatever, but just seeing the color pair on like the play hub,
Yeah.
that's on them.
yeah.
But
And I
if
was
they're
gonna
going
kinda-
into your match like, oh, you're on items, I know you're on items. That's just like, okay, bro, you gotta
Yeah.
do, like.
And it
cool,
also like
man.
shows. I think it would also create creativity of like not having a standard like ink pairing deck. Like let's say you have like a blurple deck, but like you have it like in a very different different way with like a bunch of like one drops and like Bell that like ramps you, like something very untraditional. I think that can actually help people benefit from not having a traditional deck. Because when you like look at something like now core construct and see, oh, it's like blue, green, purple, Amethyst Sapphire, and it's like, oh, it's gonna look like this. But if you have like something interesting, then
Like more do.
like more do, then like you can gain at least an advantage by running unique cards in a color like in a very standard deck list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. Is it valuing playing an ink pairing that can play different variations of that ink pairing that aren't just okay two control versions.
Right.
Like if you have an ink pairing that ever gets, hey, we have a viable control option and an aggro option, that's going to make a nightmare for if I know you're on that color pairing.
Yep.
So yeah, I will say I'm on the fence about it because I do think that mulliganing in the blind is a skill as well, and being able to play out of that when given the information as you play. Because some people even would say, like, I think I had a game where like I had two Auroras, and so I ink Aurora, play Aurora. They don't know if I'm on dogs going into my turn 2. Granted, I'm already sad that I had to play Aurora on turn 1 against dogs, but but you gotta get that. What I'm kind of saying is there is some skill to going in the blind, but again,
No.
that's where this all comes
Right.
in, where you have people getting
Exploring it.
information and more so than just the natural organic scouting.
Yeah, that's kind of like why I think it's just at this point. I think by next season it'll be a thing. I just think it becomes necessary to, because it could not. It's obviously not going to eliminate like the behavior, but it's going to deter it. You know what I mean? Like you don't like. I don't know. I'm just thinking like there's so many times where you're just like, your good matchups, and it doesn't. You don't need to know the full 60 to feel like more confident. So I think there's some people that are like, they would be like, okay, that's enough. Like I can, as long as I can tell my opponent is on Sapphire Ruby, I can go into that matchup feeling more confident. And then they don't feel that need to like go beyond that. You know what I mean? There will obviously still be people that do it, but I feel like it's just a natural deterrent.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like for example, like pre-rotation, would I love to know going into a round when I was playing Amber Steel Songs if I was going into Ruby Sapphire, because I need to mulligan way more aggressively than I do in any other matchup. And so then you already feel like, okay, especially if you're on the draw, wow, I'm probably losing this unfavorable game 1. So now it's a best of 2. Or it's a best of 3 that I'm already down a game. So I do see some value in it. But yeah, we'll see. I think the big thing is going to be how, trying to make sure I'm very PC about everything, but how they respond to all of this, because it is going to be, I think they're going to tiptoe around some of it, and I agree it should be handled gently, but I also think that some of this needs to just be like Bruce was saying, like strict parenting, like, and just needs to lay down like, this is the expectation, these are the rules, this will not be tolerated, this is okay, this is what we're going to do moving forward.
I mean, we have the rules already, and someone already posted them before, and I think Corey mentioned earlier that person was the person that set the DLCs up in the beginning. So we have them set already. We just need it to now be enforced harder.
I think it's a combination of a couple of things that could be improved upon. I think, obviously, like, judges should know good ruling, but I think it's more beneficial if your 4 judges are, like, also players, you know, because, like, I was talking to somebody about this earlier in regard to, like, the TFM situation, and I'm just like, and obviously I don't know the exact details, whether he tossed his hand on the table and the Sisu magically fell into his inkwell, or if he put it there, or whatever happened. But a 4 judge coming to like an event that doesn't know really how to play the game well, but can understand the rules, versus like a person that knows the rules and can play the game, like they're able to make that determination of intent a lot easier. And I think it's kind of like you have to, like, I know a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh, like, but when I played Yu-Gi-Oh, they would put the judges that were either more senior or like new, or like played the game more, like towards the higher tables, because they were able to determine that intent a lot easier than like a more novice judge or a more novice player. And it just helps with that investigation that judges are responsible for. So I think just building out the judge program more to include that next level of in-depth knowledge of gameplay as well is something that we definitely want to see. And then I also think that it would be super beneficial to have stricter policy. Like, I know Lorcana wants to be like forgiving and like have like be family friendly, and like people don't have to worry about if I make one mistake that comes across as cheating, do I get banned. I think there's clear and present examples and obvious intent that can be disseminated from a lot of these incidents that is a bannable thing. Like
there's no way you meant to accidentally put 4 cards on top of your deck when they should go on the bottom, and I look at the 4 cards and I'm like, buddy, it wasn't Tipo. And if we're on like turn like 12, it was cards you needed. Like,
or like just like if somebody, when a person sits down at a table and their opponent has a tablet out and is like, oh, it looks like you're playing this today, and then sets their tablet down, like the judge should be able to like if you call a judge in that situation, the judge should look at that and be like, this is obvious cheating. You're using whatever this is to like do that, and then I just want to see more proactive work to prevent these situations from arising, versus it constantly being reactive or people feeling like they can't entrust the integrity of the game because the game's rules are so lax. You know what I mean? So that's just what I would like to see improved. So
I mean, so far they're doing a good job. Like every single time they're improving something like more and more, because we did get the judge test. So with everything going on now, like I know for a fact that they're going to take it and then they're just going to go ahead and improve, because they've been doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I am very hopeful and positive that with the help of the community and with, everybody there, that it's going to come out on top. We're going to see the other side of this, and where it's just going to be so much better.
Yeah, and the Lorcana community, I will say, because we've talked most every stream that we have of any big event, we talk about the community. The community talks about the community, of how great it is, especially even without comparing it to other similar scenes. And yeah, I would say Lorcana community is very passionate, which is why we see people get up in arms, and we tend to find some Twitter blowing up, and I'm just like, I went on an hour work call and got off, and I was like, there are so many new developments, holy. But I think the main thing is they're so passionate and invested in this game, and not just monetarily of getting cards and whatnot, but invested just, this is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy playing Lorcana. I enjoy my team. I enjoy the other teams and other players in this game. And so I think transparency is, I think, going to be a big thing of what is being done.
Yep.
And the longer it goes without transparency, that's what's going to hurt the most, because when you don't have transparency, you have to assume, and no one likes to assume. People are just ignoring all of these things, even though stuff might be going on in the background that we don't know about. Even if it's just something super vague, I think that would help.
Yeah, just like a rules update to just like encapsulate some of the things that are going on. Like, it's something simple like that. I'm assuming we'll probably get a rules update with like whatever core, like with the new shift mechanics, they'll probably have a rules update, and they could like add in some new tournament policy. So it's like something that has been improving every set, I think, in terms of just like the game and like the understanding of the game, like the technical depth of the like rules and stuff like that are constantly improving. So I think it's just something that'll continue to get better, and hopefully we'll be having these. I mean, I think these discussions will always continue to happen, but hopefully the ones we're having now will be resolved by the time the next one starts.
I think so too. And it's like, I look at it like a video game. We're just waiting for the next patch, like the next update. And that's really it. So it's going to be right around the corner, especially with the new cards coming out, like Corey mentioned.
New rotation, new season, new policies where people get banned. Let's go.
New up.
Yeah, I'm
New
super
haircuts,
excited for
too.
reveals to keep pouring in, because I know I might have put only less than 10 matches before to prep for Milwaukee, and less than 10 matches.
It's true, and I was here for all 10 of them.
I know it's true, but it's just so insane. DJ is just so different. He's just so different.
I feel like everyone has different ways that they can learn, and like this, I will say, is very par for the course for me. Of not studying for tests growing up and being valedictorian. So I think that
you were valedictorian.
Yeah.
Why are you acting so surprised?
I was in like academic competitions statewide and whatnot. I used to be pretty smart.
When you went to school, were you the equivalent of that in college?
When I went to college, I was a little bit shocked that, I actually had to work to try to get good grades. Okay, so guys. I actually started studying a little bit like the night before. But yeah, no, mostly I just paid attention in class, and then, it could have been a proctologist.
That's crazy. It's honestly wild.
Yeah, but that's why I struggle, because I'm like, I think a lot of these things are valuable, like of analyzing gameplay and whatnot without playing. But I think that doesn't work for everybody, so no. I'm never gonna say
you have to actually practice.
Yeah, that's why I have to watch Corey or play when you guys are on to get better.
Continentals, I'm putting in the most work,
and that's scary, by the way.
You guys are screwed.
He's
actually gonna practice now.
I don't play games. I get top 16. It's whatever. Now I'm gonna play test and practice, and it's just like,
oh my god,
that's it. 11 games.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna play
it's crazy.
Hundreds and hundreds, if not 1,000+ games, because I really want to do well at Continentals. And yeah, funnily enough, I don't know. I know some of us are 60. Dragon Ball, but wasn't it Frieza that never trained and then trained for a little bit and just skyrocketed in power? That's what I'm hoping happens.
That's you.
He trained when he went golden in the time chamber thing.
Because Frieza was like, "Oh, I never had to really like train or anything."
So good.
But Yeah.
Surrounded by amazing people in the community, and I'm thankful for everyone I get to talk to and just bounce ideas off of.
Not the nerds.
Yeah, I'm excited to lock in with everybody and get
I'm ready to
everybody. We're all getting ready for different things, but it'll all hopefully net the same outcome for all of us being successful in what we do. I know it's hard because some of us have different play styles. Like, put those away.
I have a non-foil symbol.
Yeah, we'll be seeing everybody at CCS for those of us that go there. And for anybody that goes to LCQs, we'll be there. We'll probably be back on Ohana Boys before either of those things happen. But so
and remember, if you're bald, just come and take a photo.
Yep.
Oh man, the dent! Oh my god, I have the dent.
Oh my god!
Oh no, you're Tyler 1. You're Tyler 1.
Yeah, but thank you all for sticking out with us. I appreciate Jay-Z with the raid. We definitely appreciate it a ton, and we will definitely pick up with the next one. Hopefully next Tuesday we'll have some more card reveals and some more developments into leading into Continentals. But until then, thank you all for being a positive light in the community. If you're not, start being a positive light in the community. And we will catch you on the next one.
Well, good night, everyone.
Ninja Harley showed up right in time to raid.
Oh, no.
I'm heading over to Team Misplay TCG. Oh, sick locals.
All right.
We love locals, though.